Welcome back. Here's my weekly update on my $69,000 in 2024 airdrop spreadsheet. So let's jump on into it. We've got some big news on the horizon, guys. We've got 3 big airdrops falling in next week and maybe even more. There was a couple that were claimable this week, which is very exciting. And so let's get on into the nitty gritty here. First and foremost, Friend is dropping their version 2. We're expecting the Friend token to also drop on the 29th of April. That's next Monday. Very excited for this, guys. I've been grinding this out since last August. I got in like week 2 of the airdrop program, have amassed over 10,000 points, which 10,000 points could be a massive portion of this total $69,000 that I'm projecting here. And so I've only got projected 10,000, but that's only if each point is worth $1 or even less than $1 based on the fact that I have over 10,000 points. Now, all of these have been distributed, so there is no chance of getting more points at this point. However, guys, this is going to be a huge event, and with V2 and Friend being on the base network, if we get any spike in activity on the crypto space in general, I think we're going to see a lot of adoption. Friend is lined up to get some serious people, some serious influencers, maybe even some celebrities onto the platform. I think they're going to blow it up, guys. So let's find out with the token drop next Wednesday or next Monday, as well as the new version of the application. There's going to be farming involved. There's going to be tokens that you can launch within your portion of the application, from what we understand. And so I'm very excited for that. Whales Market right now, guys, has Friend points currently selling for about $4 a pop and $4 a point, but have sold for as much as $5.54 is the highest one, or 67 is the highest one I've seen here. Ooh, even $6 a point, guys. That's pretty high. If this drops above $5 a point, I'm probably going to sell half my allocation. In fact, if I'm trying to set a rule for myself. Any allocation that I get, I'm going to try to sell half of anything that drops. I've learned my lesson, guys, with the wormhole, or at least I hope so. The wormhole W token drop gave me an allocation of $26.77, which was worth, at the time of launch, $4,000. I realized that by putting it into a farming pool when it was at $36.95, and guess where that's at now? Unfortunately, my wormhole tokens, let me show you here. My wormhole tokens are now worth only $17.22, so less than half of what I realized. I am holding on to these tokens. I do think we'll see, price movement up throughout the bull. But gosh, if I had only sold half of those, I could even have dumped them into double up my stack if I wanted to while I'm waiting for the price rise. But with this one in particular, I'm just waiting for it to go back to up to where it even started at. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, so I'm going to try and realize half of the tokens on any new airdrops, guys, just to make sure that I lock in some profits, especially on those like Friend that I really grinded. Wormhole, I didn't grind much. Honestly, probably did 12 transactions for Wormhole and still got a really great allocation. Now, because I pooled these, I do have something more like 2,900 tokens at this point, so it should be a little easier to get to this launch price, but it could take some time, especially depending on where the market decides to go next. Right now, we're doing pretty well. So I'm hoping that we see another pump, guys, and that we can see Wormhole come back up. But Monday, Friend Monday, going to be huge. We'll update you either Monday or Tuesday next week with the results there. Speaking of Tuesday, next week, we have 2 major announcements. Renzo Protocol has announced that they will be dropping their token on 4/30 or Tuesday next week, as well as Zero Lend. Both of these I am pretty heavily invested in. Zero Lend, I have a ton of assets on. I've amassed over 2 million points in their point drop ecosystem. And then Renzo, this one's a little tougher to calculate because if you go to Renzo, Let's see if I can pull it up here. Let's just go find it. So Renzo, my portfolio here, it only says that I have 1,906 points, which I don't believe is the case because I have some Renzo in multiple applications, not only in lending platforms, but also restaked in Pendle and these sorts of things. So I could have 59,000 or I could only have like 1,300 of these Renzo points. I'm not really sure, somewhere in between, right? Whales Market currently has Renzo points, I believe at, let's go to Zero Lend first since it's so close. Zero Lend points are actually quite cheap. They're selling for 0.003, so if I have 1 million or 2 million times that 0.0003 is only about $400, which not, you know, free money's free money, right? So $400 worth of Zero Lend tokens would be fantastic. I won't snub my nose at that at all. In fact, I think that's a pretty good indicator of what we're going to get at out of, you know, these. We have these early zero is going to turn into 0 1-to-1 at TGE. So I've got some, you know, if I did the math here, let's see if I did the math right. 550,000 times 0.0003, $166. I mean, it's pretty close. So let's see if I bumped it up to 4. Yes, it's somewhere between 3. It's probably just a little under 3. These early zero balance. So I think that's gonna be pretty accurate, guys. So I'll make, between all of my assets and the points that I'm getting, I'll probably make somewhere around the $500 for that airdrop, which is not terrible. It's especially since I only allocated about $250 for 300 for Zero Lend. So if we see about $500 at TG, I'll be super happy with that. Probably sell right out of that. I don't intend to hold on to Zero Lend tokens unless I'm able to LP with them and make some yield farms, as a lot of what I do here is yield farming. So might do that. We'll see. Probably sell half. Maybe sell half, make that the other side of the LP for Zero Lend. I wish I had done that with my wormhole tokens instead of completely LPing. Yeah, let's move on. So those big announcements. I did put a new TGE column in here. Sorry guys, this is not a pretty, I'm not great with making pretty spreadsheets here, but you can access this. I'll put a link in the description below. I do think, you know, honestly guys, this could be easily a launch of, you know, the tokens per points should be 1-to-1. Launch price, I'm going to guess, is going to be at least $4. So I should have, you know, let's see, this times, let's just do a minute, like easy $4 allocation is $41,000 from Friendtech. And I hope to realize at least half of that, $20,000 at launch. And that will really help boost this number down here as we, that will be over, you know, almost 2/3 of this number. So doing pretty hot there. That would put that total number at just exactly 2/3 there. And then have the rest of the year to really fill out that rest of that 69,000. That would be humongous. Do you think ZK Sync is likely to be in Q2 2024 before, so still this quarter, before June, end of June is pretty likely. The founder and CEO of ZK Sync has been hinting at decentralization, and in the context of a chain, guys, is definitely a token drop. Now the Ethereum's the gas token for ZK Sync, so ZK Sync token will be similar to like Arbitrum or Optimism tokens, and be used for rewarding node operators or validators or voting and these sorts of things. So could be a great drop. Hopefully I get somewhere in the neighborhood of $10,000. When I made, when I got my first airdrop at Optimism, or Arbitrum rather, I made about $3,000 in Arbitrum tokens, about 25 to, I think it was about 28, nearly almost exactly $2,800. And so I had barely farmed that at all. ZK Sync could be it could be a $10,000 airdrop for me, although I haven't been using ZK Sync nearly as much as I have been other layer 2s. So any of you that are still holding assets on ZK Sync, I am holding actually a lot of assets in Zero Lend on ZK Sync, so it's like one of my last holdings that I'm doing. I'm still bridging in and out of ZK Sync like once a week to make sure that I get some transactions on the weekly. But in general, all I'm doing in DeFi and ZK Sync right now is Zero Lend. I've bought some NFTs. I got the ZK Amarai NFTs. Shout out to Crypto Lynn, who put that collection together. Great CT personality who has a lot of alpha. Layer 0 should be out. In fact, it was confirmed this week that the TGE will happen before the end of June. So expect that to happen maybe even the last days of June, similar to a lot of these applications and teams have said, you know, we're going to launch in April, but then we'll wait until the April 30th to launch. In fact, I do think Mode could be late April. They've said it late April. It could be early May, guys, but they haven't said specifically when. And I do think they're going to have multiple airdrops. So it's going to be probably a TGE sometime next week, and then we'll probably see multiple airdrop farming. You know, we'll see multiple airdrop farming rounds, that is, on Mode, as they've already pushed past late April as far as their point systems go. So I do think we'll see a drop, but then multiple drops after that. And I think Mode will be one of the chains that just continues to incentivize users in applications, and those applications will then incentivize the users as well. So we'll see. So Avo will unlock their tokens. I've got over... Let's see, let's actually jump into my portfolio real quick and show you. I've got a bunch of Avo tokens here. Yeah, 4,800 Avo tokens, currently worth about $8,000. Only a small portion of that was airdropped, but this isn't S-Avo right now. It's staked until the end of May is the unlock date for that. But I did, if you haven't watched any of my other Arrow videos, guys, I bought a bunch of ribbon and rolled that into Avo. Now the price of that has come down since we've seen the price of ETH come down. However, we did see a top out price of $4. And if we've got 4,800 tokens at $4 a piece, that's almost a $20,000 position. And I do intend to sell off most of this when the unlock happens and start farming some yield with those guys. That's a huge position for me. My whole yield farming portfolio right now is sitting at about $15,000. So if we get Avo back up, over $3, that would be incredible, and have basically a doubling of my portfolio for for airdrop farming, or not, for yield farming. But then on top of that, having the Friendtech airdrop fall and maybe scale half of that out, I could be sitting on double to as much as quadruple my current yield farming portfolio, guys. And that's really what I'm hoping for over the next 2 months, is to stack my yield farming portfolio, pay off some of the lending positions that I have if I want to, pay off some debt in my personal finances as well, fix up some stuff at the house, and really just continue to take care of my family, take an income from crypto. So let's get back into the airdrop side of things. Scroll Q4 is likely for this. Sometime before the end of the year, I think Scroll will launch their token, guys. They are well funded, so don't fade on Scroll. Berachain is still in testnet. No idea when that's going to be dropping, when they're going to go to mainnet. They have a lot of applications already building on Berachain, so that could happen fairly quickly. My guess is that we go through the summer, we may see a mainnet launch in August or something like that, and then Probably farm the heck out of Barachain for up to a year. Who knows? Could be quick, could be end of the year 2024, could be early 2025, but my guess is they're going to milk it as much as possible. That chain has some serious community going on, and they could milk that community for some time. Orbiter Finance is still doing their O token rewards, so we really should see this sooner than later, guys. I'm hoping for June, but it could be, I think a lot of people are going to take breaks during, June, July, August, maybe. So if we don't see a drop by June, it's likely to be after August or maybe somewhere late August. But then Bungie, same position. They don't even have a points program going on, so they could just do a token drop whenever. I mean, I've been farming Bungie for 2 years, and who knows, right? So LifeEye does have their points program going on. Jumper is their bridge, but I'm still farming this. I don't expect this too soon. I could be surprised. We'll keep you updated on that. Eigenlayer, still no specifics on that. I'm guessing August, September for that, guys. Eigenlayer. Hyperlane has already dropped. Polyhedra has already dropped. I'm sorry. Hyperlane is likely to do Q2. I've got some alpha on that from Andy on Twitter, or on X, and Hyperlane will likely drop sometime in June, maybe May. We'll see what happens there. D-Bridge, same thing, quarter 2, 24. Kelp DAO, if Renzo's and so EtherFi's already dropped. Renzo's dropping on the 30th. Kelp DAO will be the last to market as far as these major restaking programs go, or protocols go. There's also Swell Network. So Swell and Kelp yet to be determined, but should be soon. I'm gonna guess June as well on Kelp. Rabby, who knows? Haven't heard anything. Crystal, more likely to drop sooner than later, probably in May. Aperture has already said that they're Q2 24, so I believe it could be, I'm going to guess early May on that one. I think we've got like a couple weeks left. I need to check. There may even be a published date on this, but I'm going to guess May on that one. Phantom, who knows? Superform is probably end of the year. Dimensions has already dropped, in which case, if you are a Dimension staker, do check your NIM allocation. NIM is dropping very soon. We've got allocations already set up there. Rainbow, who knows? They've got a point system going on. Pixel, I've already got dropped in my wallet, though I'm having a hard time getting them off my wallet, unfortunately, or off of the application and into my wallet. Zero Lend, I've already mentioned, is on next Tuesday. Aurelius is just gaining points like crazy. Would expect them to either drop in June or maybe just default to like August, but hopefully sooner than later. Getting crazy amounts of points there, so I'm excited to get their salt. Continue to farm their salt in order to get their AU token or the gold token at some point. Renzo, again, on Tuesday. Hopefully get a decent allocation there. I think minimum I should see, like I said, 250 is probably the low end of what I should get there, but could get a really nice drop if these points are correct. That would be closer to like $4,000, I think, if I'm correct there. Ionic, inside of mode, they are doing some point systems as well. Need to check back on that. I do think we'll see Ionic droppings probably after the mode drop, but should be shortly after. I've got a lot of points there that I've been accumulating. And then Camino, we're waiting on it. It's Camino's announced. I'm getting 559 of their tokens. Their whales market has been, dollars per point is like, I don't know, 10 cents, something like that. Probably only going to make like $50 on this, but it is what it is. And then Parcel did drop, only made $15 currently. I haven't realized this yet, so I'm hoping that we see $1 on these at some point, but kind of doubt it. And then Radiant, I already received. So Radiant's been out a long time, but they keep doing little airdrops here and there. So that rounds out $69,000 in 2024, and minus the speculation there. We're currently sitting at just under 10%. We're almost, we're over a quarter through the year, guys, so we need to bump this number up soon, but I do think, like I said, we're going to have 3 airdrops next week alone, and I think May and June is just going to be absolutely insane for airdrops, guys. Again, to refresh, ZK Sync Layer 0 mode yet to go, and all of these are going to happen before June. Hyperlane, D-Bridge, or rather by the end of June, Aperture, NIM, Zero Lend, Renzo, and probably Ionic as well. So we've got a lot to drop in the next 2 months, and I do expect to get close to 69,000, maybe even by June, guys. So stick around, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more content just like this. If you don't mind, guys, do check out the links in the description below. I've got a yield farming co-op that I am a part of. It's $10 to join that, and just join as a somebody who chats in the group. We can bounce ideas off each other. It's $152 to take the per month to take the challenge. So if you've got no experience in yield farming and want to make it part of your passive income portfolio, guys, check that out. It teaches you how to on-ramp to chain, get funds on yield farming applications, and I'm currently making about $1,000 a month, or $1,000 a week rather, sorry, in yield farming revenue. So I'm paying myself out of my yield farming to supplement my personal income, multiple income streams, guys. But that is a major help right now. About $4,000 total per month is going to my bank account from my yield farming portfolio. And so if you want to learn how to do that yourself, again, I've only got about $15,000 currently working in that system, and hope to grow that quite significantly over the next couple months with airdrops. However, still being able to pay myself $4,000 a month just for yield farming is pretty incredible. So sign up for that if you'd like to. And then I've also got a course, a single time purchase. It gets you kind of the basics of yield farming. If you want to just do a one and done situation, if you feel pretty confident, you can follow these steps. It's a 10 video course, $49, and I'll link that in the description below as well, to get you onboarded. Now, most of those people that have taken my $49 one-time course have jumped into the yield farming program. So just be aware that that's probably the trajectory that you might find yourself on. If you just want to jump in right away, sign up for the $152 per month, 49 weeks to freedom challenge in yield farming. I highly recommend it. It's been fantastic for those who have started. We've only been doing that for about 3 weeks now, guys. So some great success stories already, and get people farming. Most farms are paying, on average between 0.5 to as high as 1% per day. So these are the farms that we're researching on a concurrent basis. We're revealing them and how to get into them in that forum. So yeah, jump in that challenge, and we hope to see you there. I do get a little referral income for all of that, so helps out the channel. Helps me out personally, and so I'm so grateful for all of you who are watching. Thanks again for liking. Hit subscribe if you've not subscribed before, and we'll see you next week with more airdrop content. I'll be updating all of this Monday or Tuesday, probably Tuesday, as I see all the drops come in. But have a great week. I'm so excited for next week. God bless, guys.